What did you do?
So, as it turns out, the problem was actually the key fob.
Oh.
So, I just removed the battery from the key fob, and no more beeping.
Huh.
Hooray!
Oh, did this dude just die?
So, I do apologize for the inconvenience,
I think it's all good.
but the neighbors were starting to gather and wave pitchforks and whatnot.
Tell him to suck one.
I did, I got a very nice blowjob. So, anyway, moving right along. So,
Whore?
we are now in Manet.
Yes, we are.
Mm-hmm.
Guessing we're going to ask.
To the castle?
Yes.
Alright. Ah, yes. This is much better. Sorry. Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. Will John's character please deduct 2 levels? And lose Mythic, thank you.
Dick. Need a big one.
It can get bigger.
There we go. You enter Louvenet Castle.
Sorry. When it begins to not blur. There we go. You ready?
Ready.
Of course, I'm gonna be able to put myself in front of the party. We have returned, our lord.
Oh yes, I do see you have returned, thank you.
And with the boy.
Thank you for saving my son.
Anyone else gonna speak up? Or is everybody else snacking?
Mother, father. Come here, you young pup. Looks like we have to up your combat practice, eh? Come on, Falcor. Nah. We are upping your combat practice to 8 times an hour. Falcor, fine. I'll let you sleep 1 hour a day, but all the other hours of the day, you're fighting.
Huh.
Surely that's not necessary, Falcor. I'll throw in a Balisette lesson here and there, too.
But if you don't give him good rest, he'll just simply break. And then you would have been responsible for injuring the son.
Ah, if he breaks, I'll just rebuild him. Falcor, I don't work like that. Sure you do, Lottie!
I don't think any human works like that.
Are you kidding? I remember when I was in the pits. I was forced to do nothing but combat training and survive on slugs for, weeks on end straight with no rest. The first week was murder. The second week even more so. The third week, I started seeing everyone as dancing chocolates. The fourth week, the chocolates started tasting like iron until I realized it was actually humans I was biting. The fifth week, I started to regain my sanity. So, about 5 weeks, maybe 6, I'll be back to normal.
I don't think I can endorse this.
Falcor, stop. Aye, your majesty. Glad to have you back, you young pup. He gives the prince a noogie.
He's just watching, not really saying anything.
Team.
Tylak's too busy sizing up Falcor, trying to figure out if he can take him or not.
Oh god.
I'll go probably just body check you and slam you. Well then.
My lords and ladies, may I please be honored to present the Grand Admiral Dilse Inliech of the Royal Imperial Fleet.
I see, down there. Excuse me. Let's get a close-up.
Alright, let me make her available to see for everyone.
Sounds so familiar.
There, we can click the button. There we go. Huh. I see. You know, do you like the Old Republic? She looks exactly like a chiss.
Yep.
So she enters in, very sure of herself, slowly. Greetings, your majesties. I come with direct orders from the Emperor himself. Oh, and what be those? Well, as it's already been signed by the other heads of the houses, I wish to present to you this letter. Hands him the royal sealed letter. Now, I trust I don't have to explain what's in it, your majesties. No, of course not. Not at all. Good. Naturally, my troops and I shall remain here until the move is complete and everything is returned to normalcy. I say you have about a week's worth of time to get your affairs in order before the move. If you wish to have any last-minute errands done, now would be the time. Oh, of course. She just sits down.
For once, Celestrio is not going to try to hit on someone.
Probably a smart idea.
And who are these people?
Well,
Nasatalis. Pleasure.
Celestrio Corvax.
Nirvenko.
Tylak kind of, he just folds his arm and just goes, Tylak.
Interesting.
And that is Delia over there. We hope to
Hi,
return.
I'm Laura.
Sweat drop.
Pleasure.
We brought the boy there back from his venture.
How nice.
Yeah, that was in the VAT contract.
Duke Louvenet. Yes. It is not often I get to come to Minet. Before I leave, I would very much like a tour of the city. Learn its culture and whatnot.
It's hard to learn a culture in a day.
A day will have to suffice, Mr. Amir. Well, Grand Admiral, I could definitely give you a tour if you don't mind. I guess you'd be sufficient enough to give me one. Lead the way then. Right now, if it's not at all inconvenient. Right, yes. Shall we try the Bard's College first? Or, the museum, maybe? Nah, maybe the shipping industries? The museum shall suffice for now. Right, yes. Museum, yes. Lots of artworks. Yes. And you know, sculptures, paintings. Your silence is also recommended for my immersion. Right.
Oh yeah, I forgot that he's the hit-on kind of guy. Creases a little, why don't you? He just show his skill as he leans back in the chair while juggling the look, you know, kind of heads upside down at that point. At the good old Duke. So, may I ask, very simply, what in the world is happening?
I'd have to agree with him.
Ah, yes. I suppose I could tell you, as it will be general knowledge soon. It seems that the current flow of production from Galhotep of the product known as Dragon Dust has started to wane as of late. I believe my Grand Advisor can give you more information. Yes, my lord. Please, dispense with the situation, Alistair. As my lord wishes. You see Advisor Alistair sort of take a weird meditative stance as he starts resuscitating knowledge. As of recently, the production of Dragon Dust has decreased to an insufficient degree as of late within the city of Galhotep under the reign of his royal emperor, Kalinar XII. As such, the emperor has decreed that a more trustworthy house should be entrusted with the production and distribution of said product known as Dragon Dust, and it has been unanimously decided that no house would be better equipped nor well suited as the House Minet, due to the Duke's long-standing stalwart reputation, thus electing him to move his capital to Galhotep, replacing the Baron and having the Baron move back to his homeland.
So, will this be considered quite an upgrade, or would it be, well, ill-enjoyable for our friends here?
Mm-hmm.
I
This-
must. Go ahead.
This would indeed be quite an upgrade for my Duke. Though it will mean leaving his ancestral home could prove very advantageous to us.
Then I must beg the question, what if you are unable to also produce the amount of dragon dust they require? Is this not a possible fear?
Close, my good Amir. Come, Alistor, I trust these people with my life. Give them the whole story. Very well. As my Duke commands, the prime computation of this instance is that the Duke will be able to maintain a heightened production of the dragon dust until such time that he is irrevocably overthrown in a coup or via vendetta, in which case House Volstead will resume its ownership over Galhotep.
Sounds like they're trying to set you up for fun.
It is a bit of an odd thing.
It is only to be expected, as they are enemies, and this would put the Duke at quite the disadvantage and set him up to be removed from the board, as it were. In other words, Father, it's a trap. Yes, my boy. A very well-designed trap.
And yet you're going along with this.
I think it's more along the lines of he either goes along with it, or lets a city be besieged.
Well, of course I go along with it. After all, my good Amir, the first step in avoiding a trap is of knowing of its existence. Besides, we aren't completely defenseless. We have our armies, our people. And the Duke has a quite formidable propaganda corps. You're sure we can pick up more soldiers once we get to Galhotep. Yes.
I'm not one for all this political business, I'll be honest. But it also sounds very underhanded. I mean no offense.
None taken.
Politics. The thing about politics is that you can die just as much from words as you can from a dagger. That's
Yes.
the fun of it.
Celestrio has it right, Amir. In this world, in order to survive, you must become versed in politics. It is the lifeblood of the Empire, I'm afraid.
Just be a charismatic individual like myself.
I think I might stick to my religion, sir.
But Father, yes, my son, if it's a trap, why don't we just call him out on it?
Probably because that would require a long-term investigation.
It also would, they could also say, no, you're lying, and that'll start a fight in itself.
And you could be taken as not following orders, which would be taken as treason, and once again, city besieged.
Yes, my boy. For you see, we see where the dagger is now. Who knows where it might go to in the confusion that ensues. Best to keep our mouths shut and our eyes on the dagger.
On that notion, though.
You are really quiet.
On that notion, do you hear me better?
Yes.
Okay. On that notion, though, what do you need us for? Combat roles, I would expect. Of some nature, or a scouting party.
Yes, of course. Now, granted, you're not obliged to stay or even help us. Nay, I would not blame you if you chose to turn tail and run and go about your own businesses.
I'm afraid that won't be an option for us.
I, however, would be honored and quite delighted to have you resume staying within our company and maybe even join our ranks, be bodyguards to my dear son.
Sounds acceptable.
However, there is one thing I wouldn't mind if it was kept under wraps.
That be?
I've received word that there's a package for us way up north. If you rush, you might be able to make it there and back within a week. Up in Svalton.
I see. You wish us to receive a package for you that may or may not have an ambush tied to it.
Mayor of Svalton. I mean, up north.
See?
Up north. How far north? Svalton? Past Svalton?
In Svalton.
How's hella up north?
Yeah. If we hugged the coast all the way across, we could probably get there fairly quick.
Ulric, didn't you say it took 4 days to get from Dunkirk to Manet by carriage?
Yes, I did.
We could assume it would be roughly the same time.
So
Or
we want to get
longer.
back in time.
Then I'm going to retroactively say instead of a week, it was given 3.
Ah, okay.
Okay.
So, to make it there, do your business, and get back should take about 3 weeks, which is just enough time.
There we go, that works.
We should have just enough time then.
Celestio's gonna smirk and be like, means enjoying pleasurable company at the end is gonna be frowned upon this time. Well, that's a shame. Also probably means no more drinking heavily for a while. Where you see there's this drink at the end that we'll take a picture of you and put you on a winner's wall, or take a picture of you and put you on the loser's wall, and I am determined to be on the winner's wall.
Though it's humorous in how he's on the failures. Either way, you should probably not to be mean, my lord. We do need some payment to get some supplies and such.
Of course, take what you need.
Are we going by ship again?
I would say by land would be better.
Yes, there's no seaborne route to Svalton.
Then you want this done discreetly, so I would originally have asked for aid for traveling over land, but that is not the case. We
Where's
can't have
all
any
that wind
efficient aid.
coming from?
From Wolf?
That's me.
That's not coming from me.
Okay.
So keep
Yeah,
in mind,
well,
I record a
my
lot of
fan.
things, so I know how to keep my stuff silent.
Sorry.
Oh, well, I just couldn't hear anything past the fan.
Yeah, I just moved it. Is that better?
That's fine.
What I was saying is, yes, we wouldn't be able to use your aid as much. Payments, yes, but no official travel aid. Unless that would be too suspicious, no?
Of course, I'm sure there's quite a suitable dealership of horses around the corner, carriages and whatnot. Just tell them to put it on my tab.
Are you sure about that one, sir?
Well, I'm assuming you will return them.
As much as possible, yes.
Then we are in agreement.
Those will be Pegasus, or Pegasi dialogue. If not, an almost it.
Unfortunately, I don't think Pegasi will be acceptable.
That'd be sweeping a girl off the feet. Anyway, I suppose we should get moving then. How much do you wish to pay us for this job, if I may ask? Of course, naturally we wish to assist you normally, but payment is well and good for us to be able to get supplies and keep ourselves well equipped.
Well, how much do you wish?
Out of
A
character,
fair
what was the payment last time?
I think it was 1,000.
Yep.
I believe we had agreed upon 1,000 gold, split evenly between us.
For the original job, yes. Did we get paid in advance?
No.
How about 500 gold, and when you get to Svalton, you can request some of the package to be for you all.
What is in this package?
That is a secret.
Fair enough.
Well then. How about the payments for the previous job? The 500. Assistance with, of course, our travel, as you've promised there for the stables. And we'll have possibly a little bit of the package that you'll have us pick up, depending on what it is, of course.
Excellent. Now I suggest you make your way quickly.
Agreed.
So is that 500 each or 500 between all of us?
All of you.
Okay. So I'm assuming we just received the 1,000 that would be split between us. If you were to do that.
No, you agreed to the 500.
The 1,000 for the previous job.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. That's what I need to know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright, so
Now I have 6, 70, because there's originally 5 of us.
So we're splitting it 5 ways with her is a question?
Her might as well not exist, but with Laura, aka Marco's character.
What about Delilah?
Oh, crap. Bastards. You know what?
I don't require payment.
So 5 straight.
So 200 each. And you see a little text pop up on the screen. Celestrio will remember that. For when Delilah is in the payment.
So, Ulric, I don't think John added the previous payment we got when we spoke with the Duke the first time.
There was
Mhm.
a
So we had gotten, yeah, because we had gotten 1,000 total then, split between 5.
I didn't get nothing.
Because that was the session he was gone.
My memory sucks, so it's all on you, Billy. You and Ulric.
What?
I don't remember it.
Alright, so you make your way to the town.
Feels like we were just here.
And here you see the statue of the great first Duke Louvenet. Quite a majestic silence, yes, ma'am.
I see you're getting along as swimmingly as I expected.
You mean not at all?
Exactly, that's what happens to a ladies' man when you try to hit on someone you really shouldn't. Even I know better.
Lunasa looks like surprised, like
You know,
know.
well, he just looks at Lednas and is like, I don't bang everything that walks, thank you. Oh, shite.
So we meet again.
Aye.
Yes.
How do you be?
So, I take it you are the new vassals or whatnot of Duke Louvenet?
I don't think vassals are a proper term. More of mercenaries more than anything else.
That's what would be appropriate.
I haven't been given any titles on the point. Dress us as you wish.
Our names are just fine for the most part.
Tylak's kind of just standing behind Lunasa like this woman is unnerving.
And then the noble should be gone, right? Noble boy.
Yeah, he's slinking off now.
He's like, nope, she's here. Fuck this shit, I'm out.
Just call him boy.
So, this is quite the entourage we have here.
Well, a bit of an odd mixed match, yes.
I would say so.
But effective, regardless.
So, pray tell, what does an elf from the elf school reigning from, I would say, Calica Isle,
Oh, do you know of me?
a human, no, an Aasimar, reigning from insert your city here, you don't have it written down in your notes.
You gave it to me. I forgot what it was.
Well, you should have written it down. Because now your city's Poopville.
Oh, fuck off.
I could just imagine Ulric repeatedly making cities for John and John not writing them down, so he just makes another city. Eventually there's like 20 of them.
I think it was Miranda.
Yeah, it was Miranda.
For
An
me, you just
Aasimar
choose...
from
Go ahead.
Miranda.
You just choose any small town that's close to the Tower of Fortune will do you fine.
A human from around the Tower of Fortune.
See.
A Strix. Wandering Vagrant. And a half-breed from the sea.
I see you won't know of all of us.
It's written on your clothes.
I doubt that point. Do you have a point to what you wish to say?
I'm waiting for an answer. What brings such a eclectic group together?
I believe that was already stated.
Chance and fate. Simple as it gets.
Or
Payments.
coincidence, if you're naive enough.
Payment is what it is. You don't get full payment or you don't finish the job, preferably when you don't have a full team. And especially if the team doesn't work well together. You end up dead. And our team we may be, we work together quite well.
Very well.
Is there anything else we can do for you, ma'am?
I'll be in a museum if you choose to bother me.
Let's say she ditched the drooling old man. He was whipped before he knew it.
Just looks at Corvax.
What? It had to happen to him at some point.
Just shakes his head. Like it happens to you very often.
So, you're off to buy traveling
Mm-hmm.
gear, carriages.
Also would want to stop at a magic shop if it's possible.
Oh, there is a magic shop, yes. It's called Ye Old Magic Shop, approved by the guild.
And how about a weapon shop?
It's called Ye Old Weapon Shop, approved by the guild.
How about a bookshop?
Ye Old Library, approved by the guild.
Alright.
Where's the weapon shop located in this market?
Weapons would be here.
Thank you.
Also armor.
Ah,
Magic
Alexa.
would be here. And the library would be over here.
Library. Library.
library.
I just remember the guy from Scrubs. I don't know why.
This is a library.
He'd always say Barry in everything.
Uh,
And his
Sounds
name
very
was
good.
And his name was Barry.
High five to Todd.
well then,
The Todd's the
I'll
best
do my
waifu.
purchase. He's
All right.
Good.
So who first?
Let
Let's-
Corvax go first.
All right, Corvax.
Sure.
I need to run to use the restroom, so I'll be right back.
Okay. Hello, I am. Well, it's got a strange name. People call it Hungamunga, but they also call it a tri-spike dagger. And he's gonna pull out one of his. I need more of these than my friend.
Oh, of course. They are da 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 da.
They're 4 gold each. So there you go.
They are 4 gold each.
I'll take 10.
That will be 40 gold.
As skilled as you can get. I am a living, breathing auction house. How may I serve you? Please insert gold.
Well, unfortunately, these are gold runs, so the prices are standard.
Yes.
Now, if you were wondering, haggling, you'd have to find a traveling merchant.
Yes. But there's no personality either. No personality. Ah! Ah! Anyway. Alright, so I now have 14 of these daggers to use. So now I don't have to panic and try to recover every single fucking one out of a row.
It's gonna be really heavy.
No, these are incredibly light. Not an issue.
Yeah, when your carrying capacity's that low, it doesn't matter if they're light. Adds up.
I don't have much in the first place. It doesn't affect my carrying capacity enough. I would
Is
still
there
be in
anything
light
else I
load.
could assist you with today, sir?
No, I suppose that would be it. I just needed a refill of that. Thank you. I'm assuming this is a lady.
It's an androgynous humanoid, approved by the guild.
Now he's even more confused. He's like, crap, what do I use for a proper term?
Killer they.
My good shopkeeper. Have a good day.
You as well.
He's just gonna walk away confused. Should I be attacked? Should I not be? I guess he'll just
Next
relax
up.
against the barrel.
The magic shop.
My stuff's still loading. Don't have the prices for the scrolls yet.
Hi, welcome to the magic shop. We're still loading our prices.
Tylex at the weapon shop too, though.
Oh, you can do
I'm
that.
back.
Fine.
No, we're waiting for the magic shop to load, so. And you? Big intimidating, sir?
Do me last. I'm not. Do Emir. I'm looking at stuff right now.
Amir went to go take care of something.
God damn it! Hold on.
I'm
Fine.
here.
Emir's
Oh,
back.
you're back. Okay, Amir, you're in the library.
In that case, I shall be right back myself.
I'm in the library.
Alright. Hi, welcome to the library. How can I assist you today?
Alright, give me 1 second. I'm choking apparently.
Oh, for books on self-help and medical procedures, please go to our self-help aisle.
Very funny. By the way,
No, humor would be a
Yes.
different aisle.
I'm looking for demonology, occult, and religious books. Then I would like possibly find some manuals on combat, specifically pole arms and warhammers.
Hmm. That's quite a tall order. One moment.
I have more to order.
Well, it's only one librarian. Give them a
I don't know.
dick.
I know. Why does she have a staff?
Alright, so she comes back and she gives you some basic combat 101, gladiators for beginners. What were some of the other things?
Demonology, religion, and occult.
The world's religions and where they went to. The Missionaria of the Sisterhood are the two religious books they brought you. And they... Demonology?
Yep.
And unfortunately, they said, unfortunately, we don't have any books on demonology. It is not a proved resource from the guild. The less people know about them, the less they can summon them. The less they can summon them, the better for everyone.
Wouldn't also hinder whenever you have to deal with them? Either way.
That's what the Empire is for, sir.
You just kind of also needed a few medical books.
Oh, of course. Any specific field?
Both combat surgery and more regular surgery.
Triage and Meatball Surgery by Hawkeye Pierce. And... Jane's Anatomy. There, that is a book on military triage and a general book on everything medical.
I will take the lot.
Oh, excellent. That will be 300 gold.
Was that 300 gold?
Thank you.
No, not to be mean, can you please tell me those books once again? Because I'm just writing them in my inventory now.
Okay, so nothing on demonology. The medical books were Meatball Surgery and Triage by Hawkeye Pierce. You know, I'm just going to type them to you.
Okay.
That should be easier, right?
Yeah, I'll just copy and paste it onto my stuff.
Oh my god, the scrolls page loaded! Oh my god!
Just don't hit the reload button.
Oh my god, that would be scary.
So, stuff that has happened. What
Hey,
has
now I just need to read to figure out if this is half price or full price.
happened? Do, 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 do.
Tylak's gonna wander away from the equipment shop and start heading out towards the stables to look for a mount instead.
To me, it sounded like he's looking for a mountain. Like, oh, jeez.
Yeah, he's looking for a mountain.
Damn, this is the right price.
The mountain steed. Gigantic horse.
You know how you were talking about you're not usually a fan of the smaller races? Ruri?
Huh? Yeah?
Well, if I get into another campaign, it's gonna be a Gripply. A Gripply Cavalier. AK, it's a frog person.
Garo.
I used to not like halflings. Because
Hobbits.
their whole concept is, we're weak, take pity on us.
But they have strong hearts and they're resistant to evil. It's better than the Warhammer version of halflings.
Oh boy.
Greedy, fat, ugly bastards, and makes fun of everybody.
Oh, so goblins.
Practically.
Did you know there were dwarves in Warhammer 40k?
I know what you're talking about. They don't exist anymore.
Squats. Yeah, no, they got eaten by Tyranids, completely destroyed.
So, Billy,
As my girlfriend says, there's still some left alive.
hey, welcome to the magic shop. How can I assist you today? Our prices have finished loading.
I was hoping to buy some scrolls. I'd like to see what you have in stock.
Of course, we have our scrolls organized in sections by school.
Alright, so she's mostly looking for second level spell. I'll just list off some of the ones that you'd be looking for, like invisibility, maybe share memory. I don't know how common that would be in for a magic shop to have. Probably see invisibility because of that one mage that was invisible.
You see both invisibility and see invisibility right next to each other.
Alright. And then probably web, because that would be one of those Marisa liked.
You also have web.
Alright.
They don't have that other one you said, though.
Fair memory. Alright. These here should do quite nicely.
Excellent. That will be insert price here.
They're 150 each.
That'll be 150 each.
She hands her the 450 gold.
Thank you.
Or-
You can see the deadness in their eyes.
you could see the soulless eyes of a retail worker that has had the life crushed from their body.
I don't approve of this soulless service I got. I demand to see your manager. I am manager.
The manager died.
They just like turn their head to the side with that, you know, kind of crazy expression. My manager died. I'm now the manager. How may I assist you? Just tilting their head back and forth. Back away slowly.
She basically politely nods. And
Hey,
then
Ulric.
leaves with the scrolls.
Yep.
Are elk common in this area?
What?
Elk.
No.
Okay.
You want to ride an elk, don't you?
Yeah, I do. They're 100 gold pieces.
Excuse me. Well, we're not paying for any of that.
But I want to ride it.
You don't understand.
What?
We're not paying for any of that. As in, the Duke is paying for it. That's going on his tab, so to speak. Doesn't mean you should go nuts, though.
Wait, you're trying to fucking ride an elk?
They're 100 gold pieces. And they're on.
They're also not tamed creatures. They have a
Yeah, they
chance-
are.
Fuck you.
It says riding animals.
So-
And it says aurochs, bison, boar, elk,
Are
chameleon.
you now shopping for carriages and animals and whatnot?
Yeah, that's where Tylak is.
Then you're over here.
Over where now?
Whoever you just got dragged.
I'm not zoomed out.
Just slow
Okay.
turn in.
Marco-sama!
Mako.
Mako-san!
God damn, everyone's so loud.
Well,
What do you expect from us?
seriously, we're not even all that loud. We can be louder.
No.
Lunasa bought scrolls.
Or we can be very softer.
So how is the party wipe going?
There's no party wipe, there's no combat in the moment.
Ulric told me you guys were gonna destroy the world. Where is that? Ulric, I'm disappointed in you.
Hey, it's not my fault yet.
But what is available in the
Seriously,
stable for us to use for travel?
Seriously,
Anyway.
what happened?
Not much.
Well, they did let Team Rocket live, so.
No, Lara let Team Rocket live.
Yeah, Laura kept vouching like, let them go. It's okay.
Anime, diplomacy, go!
like
20
So
originally,
she would basically do the same thing.
so
So
originally
good job,
both me and
Ulric.
Emir would have taken him away, but it kind of became logical around of we can't really drag him all that way.
Like hell, you couldn't.
You were gonna take him back to the undead town and turn him in. And
But then
we
it's
were
like
an
undead
town,
turned down. Yeah.
and it's like, never mind, we're just gonna knock him out and leave him in the
Yeah,
cave.
Delilah's like, okay. Boom, knocks them both out. They've been freed, but they're unconscious in the cave.
Yeah, that's good enough.
They were talking about killing us originally. Loudly.
They didn't have weapons.
So they almost got bombed upon being exposed. So they almost both ended up dead.
Mm.
Excuse me, murder us? And then he just kind of took pity on them because of how pathetic they were. But anyway,
You know what Clara's argument would be? You know, they're not really good.
That's the exact argument they use.
So I don't think they're actually gonna cause any trouble.
I was
Well,
just thinking
really
of the
trouble.
horrible accidental things he might do to other people.
Mm.
Whoops, we made this explode. Oh, this house has killed everyone inside.
They also met a Grand Admiral.
Mm.
Don't like the Grand Admiral. That's beside the point.
Celestrio made the smart choice not to hit on her, while the old War Master made the dumb choice of hitting on her.
So, how'd that go? Or the old
Died.
wall master, at
He
least.
was whipped, essentially. Verbally.
Ugh.
Shut down real quick.
Kind of the whole, yes, mistress, yes, I'll be quiet kind of thing.
And then Celestrio was like, "I know when to not flirt with people." And Lunas is all surprised, like, "You do?"
And Celestrio is just gonna look annoyed as if just like, I don't fuck everything with 2 legs. Jeez.
Oh, and Cadence's character is currently on the ship, sleeping or reorganizing the hold again.
He can make an issue.
He could not.
So this character is just going to perpetually do that over and over again, and then reorganize it in new different ways. Maybe play tic-tac-toe with the supplies.
Just imagine the one OCD Minecraft player who has to spend the entire time organizing the base because no one else cares where the items get put.
And then just one item's out of place, tilted.
It's like, I need to run all the way to the other side of the building to put this item in this chest.
Alright, is the game still going, or did they
Yeah,
came after it
obviously.
was over?
We're
It's still
going, dude.
Buying
Hasn't been that
items.
long.
Well, I can't load anything because I'm on my phone for Discord, so I'm gonna have no visual aid.
So you're gonna have to eat
Hooray.
So,
Yeah.
you all are now at the stables dealership, where you see a hobbit, an elf, and an orc all arguing over modes of transportation. Now listen here, you little git. Just because an owl seems like a viable mode of transportation to you, it's only because you're half the height. Yeah? Well, at least I don't need to ride a woolly mammoth in order to hide my scent. Oh, come on now. We both are quite aware that the best type of animal for riding is a generic horse. Not necessarily, because can a horse ram at someone with its head? No, I think not. Well, only you would think of that. So they're just sort of arguing.
We're just passing by, or what? Are we getting a cart? I don't know what's going on yet.
Well, we're trying to get our own, like, horses or a cart or something.
Why?
Which
I have
is-
a perfectly good boat.
Because we had to go over
We
land.
can't travel on land with our boat, Mako.
If
What are
you
we gonna
think
do, grow
hard
legs?
enough,
Let's
yes.
sit across the land.
We're just gonna do a nat 20 of imagination.
I'm gonna try.
There you go.
We stick a magnet in front of the boat, and the magnet pulls the boat across the dirt.
Oh,
And
gosh.
Celestio's just running as fast as he can in front of it.
Oh, hello, we have visitors. Hi.
Lars Grumpy. Lars Grumpy in that case. So we'll leave the boat.
Hi, we're the owners of this establishment. Now, pray tell, what are you looking for? A carriage? Of course they're not looking for a carriage. Can't you see it's a big party? They want something nice and comfortable and luxurious to ride in. Now, if they want nice and luxurious and to carry a lot of things, they might want to forego the carriage and actually get a nice wagon. Who wants a wagon? That's too old school. Only you as an elf would suggest a wagon.
Can I kind of go to the side of him and take a look inside?
Uh,
Perception.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Roll.
I will.
Alright, you see a lot of projects lying around on the inside.
That is definitely not what he expected to see inside.
Do we know the difference between a carriage and a wagon in this case?
Carriage, like, it's pretty obvious. Carriage has a closed top. Wagon's just a fucking wagon.
Why would we want a wagon?
Well, a wagon can actually be a sort of convertible. You see, it has a canvas on top that you can put on for severe weather conditions and take it off in nice weather for a nice, relaxing breeze. Well, yes, or they can actually get a luxurious carriage, have a nice ride, and not worry about having to put the canvas on or off.
How about something that's relatively quick?
Yes, so you see, in regards to quick, they might want a chariot. Who wants a chariot? Well, I've always wanted a chariot.
I'm just picturing
Good
Celestrio
sirs,
at the
can we
front of a
please stay
chariot.
focused?
That is too
We
good.
need something to get us somewhere fairly quickly.
Chariot!
Something
Are
that
there
can
any
carry
in-
all of us.
So, are you looking for a giant wagon, a small wagon? Who wants a wagon? They want a carriage.
Please, sirs, can we please focus?
Yes, let's let these nice, tall people tell us what they're looking for, and then we give them suggestions for once. Oh, I suppose you're right, for once. What do you mean, for once? Oh, shut up, you midget. So, what is it you're looking for?
We need something that is fairly quick.
And can
Something that can... Go ahead, Corvax.
that could carry our party. We don't really care too much about the comfort, as more as we care about getting to our location at a good speed while not losing anyone. A chariot just doesn't work for that.
Oh, by the gods, my ears.
Location at a good speed?
Yes, secure.
So it looks like they are actually looking for a carriage then. Ah, but a big carriage, a small carriage, a luxurious carriage.
Not luxurious.
Let's keep
Then
things
why
simple.
bother going for a carriage at all? We have the good old carriages here. Oh, by the way, if I may introduce myself and my compatriots. The orc steps forward. So, my name is Clarkson. The midget to my right is Hammond. And the old geezer to my left is May. And I just killed someone.
Dude, I watched Top Gear all the fucking time before.
It's hilarious. Where's the... I'm just... Where's the stag?
I completely get it.
Give me a minute.
The argument all makes sense now.
Yeah. Smart ass.
The one arguing for, practicality is May, of course. The one arguing, just between the different options is Hammond. And of course, we know who is arguing about fast. Clarkson.
Focus.
Where do we need to go anyway?
Way up north.
Oh, we're going
up
north?
We're going northwest, which is why we can't take the boat.
Hmm.
We'll be back for the boat.
If it has a pond.
So north, towards the cold.
Yes.
See? Carriage. Now, if I might recommend the very stylish Martin TX7 carriage.
Again.
I'm gonna walk over to the most generic looking one and hop onto it. Say, we're taking this one.
What?
Ah! You see, that carriage is a fine choice, young lady. That is the Bentley C7.
Don't really care.
Tylak is just trying to climb on. So what animals do they have stabled?
Oh, if you're looking for specific animals, we supply those too. Hammond, try not to get eaten by the lion this time. That only happened once,
Lions.
Too many.
and it was only because you swapped my shampoo with the meat.
Africa special.
Slowly
Africa
growing.
special.
How much is this carriage, by the way?
We don't have to worry about price.
I still want to know.
Ah, yes, the carriage is about 100 gold.
Tylax is too busy trying to climb onto.
Oh yeah, they didn't give us our animal list. Just
Yeah.
so it'd be a little bit more aware.
Do you want me to roll a perception?
No. So the hobbit comes up and he's like, so the animals we offer are an oryx, a boar. If we can find it, the giant chameleon. We also have a lion, a ram, Cloxon. Hoy. Alright, fine, not Cloxon. We'd have to pay you to take him. A rhino. And unfortunately, his girlfriend, the woolly rhinoceros, is up north already.
Tylax is too busy trying to get close to the lion.
Would you allow me to roll a knowledge nature to see what animal would actually be best for this?
Yes.
I'm going to use display of intelligence
I
at
got a
plus
nat
20. Oh,
I got a 20.
So, Amir, you're fairly certain that of all those animals, those are quite an interesting,
Range of animals.
range. Unfortunately, they would probably much rather be better suited with a horse, which they do offer.
As all those animals seem fine, it'd more than likely be best if we stayed with horses. Well-trained ones.
Ah, yes, the horse. Now, do you want your Arabian horse, your Galhotepian horse, or a Volstead horse? Or maybe you're in the mood for something lighter, like an Ixian horse.
which one would be the quickest?
Ixian horse, but it can't carry
A
much.
lighter. Yeah, I was about to say that. Those are really boring choices.
Well, basically, you're going for a heavy horse or a light horse.
What the combination of that can pull enough and quick enough.
Well, heavies are best if you want to pull a carriage. Especially if you want to get that extra buck in or two and go for the convertible option.
No, we're not going for the convertible option.
Ulric, can you roll perception for to
Yes.
see if I can spot the chameleon?
Yes.
I was trying not to think about it. That even though I want it.
It's Lara. Come on.
Alright, Lara's perception is already a -7. So,
Sure.
16 total.
Oh, about the chameleon? Get me in here, coach.
And Tilak got a nat 20.
Oh, she sees the chameleon.
So-
that sounds over.
You see the chameleon silhouette up on the ceiling and sort of just sticking its tongue out into a place that is known for storing food. And as the tongue retracts, you see a paper bag with Clarkson written on it.
Tylax's gonna go over to it and try to pet it.
Handle animal.
Yay. Do I have handle animal? Oh boy.
And
I do.
enemy. Go to handle the animal, and the animal handles you.
It licks Tylock where he wasn't expecting it.
So, as you're trying to fly up to the animal, it sort of just turns around, farts in your general direction, and Ceiling walks to the next room.
With a 13?
Yes.
What, I need a fucking nat 20 to deal with it?
No.
Well, I mean, a 13 technically isn't all that high of a roll. Especially you considering an exotic creature. Mount or no.
He just kind of looks disappointed and lands again.
Now, if I may ask, do you have perhaps a white horse?
A light horse.
White. You know,
White
beautiful
horse.
white fur.
Yes, I suppose we do.
Why? That you want to paint him or something?
No.
Now, were you wanting a heavy white horse or a light white horse?
I suppose I could spring for the heavy.
Right, and would you like it combat trained?
You don't know if we'll getting in combat or not. It's probably best to have one and not have it.
Ah, yeah, that's true. I'd rather not get the horse in combat. Very well. Not combat trained will be fine.
A non-combat trained heavy horse.
Are we going for a Clydesdale or an Arabian?
That
Oh.
would be a Svoltian Frostbreed, I believe. So, yes, we do have a nice white heavy horse that hasn't been combat trained. Yes, mainly because it keeps on trying to eat my head off. Well, in its defense, you are about the right height to get eaten. Oh, shut up.
Perhaps I may give a try with the animal.
So they bring out this beautiful white horse.
Yes.
And this will be about 200 gold.
The one that is going to be paying for our expenses is the Duke himself.
Oh, yes, we can put it on his tab. You know, we still have to charge him for that chariot. And I keep telling you, he wants the Aston chariot, not the Bentley. No, I'm telling you, he would much rather the Jaguar.
Why do you want a darker colored horse, Tylac?
Rather match the skin color?
Yes, we do have some darker colored horses. Would you prefer black, brown, mottled, gray?
I suppose mottled would be fine.
Speckled, mottled, great. Okay. Black and white, black and gray, gray and white.
Black and gray.
Black and gray. Excellent. And would you rather this be a heavy, light?
What was that?
John Sama.
Keep hitting wrong buttons.
Would you rather this be heavy, light?
He's kinda...
We'll need to be able to pull the carriage.
Tylak's kind of like, but I want to ride mine.
Oh yeah, what are you guys riding? This one's mine.
I need to know out of
Heavy.
character. Were we given funds for the horses and the carriage? What?
I just said
Yes.
he's paying for it.
We're putting it on the King's tab. The Kings and Lords.
Oh, so we got the kid back home safely.
Yes.
Okay.
Heavy, combat trained.
Heavy and combat trained. Well, unfortunately, Unfortunately, we don't have a mottled gray black that's combat trained.
Are any of
We-
them combat trained?
Yes, we have a pure black one that's
I'll
combat.
take that one.
Ah, yes,
You
that
get
one's
to name that one.
that one's the Ixian.
Lars can lean into Tylak after hopping off the carriage. So, which name?
That one is 300 gold. We'll put that on the tab as well.
Tylak leans towards
Wait, hold up, I'm gonna
Lara
record.
and whispers, Sleipnir.
Sleipnir? Did they?
Yes, Sleipnir.
What's that praise for?
For that horse that was 300 gold.
Yeah, it's 300 gold.
It's 300 gold.
Is that like a really, really nice horse, or is that?
No,
Yes.
that's the general price of heavy
Oh,
combat trained
General
horses.
combat horse generally bumps up the price of any horse by a good margin, and because it's a heavy horse, it's even expensive.
I mean, a good margin. It's just 100 gold more than a regular heavy horse.
Yeah, basically think of it like this: if bandits attack, that horse is gonna run away. This horse will not.
So you have 2 combat trained horses, 1 pure white, 1 pure black. And any others?
Well, depends if anyone wants to ride along the carriage. Gonna look at everyone.
I will more than likely ride on the carriage.
Do you have any that are amphibious? Amphibious mount. That's a new one. Let's see here. What do we have? We could get a gecko. Maybe. A riding gecko. Handle animal.
Oh boy. Will I fall
What's
on
go-
my ass?
What's Corvax saying?
Trying to get on
Die.
the horse.
I'm gonna get eaten.
So do we still need a horse for the cart, or is Corvax as his own?
Corvus
No,
is mine.
Corvax is
Screw you.
mine.
Yeah, that's right.
Tylak and Corvax have decided that they want their own mounts. Also,
I'm
if
gonna-
Tylak and
I'm gonna
Corvax
slink
have a child,
over-
it will be Corlac.
Oh my god. I'm gonna slink over to Lunasa and whisper, which I have to say it because I can't type anywhere. So, you can do that magic thing, right? The prestige
Yes, I can.
patient, right?
Yes.
Can you make his horse pink? I'm gonna point to Corvax's horse.
If you do that, there'll be a bomb coming flying your way at high speeds. Do not ruin his mojo, boy.
I mean, it's only temporary for a little bit. She wants to joke around.
So
Bet,
after
and you can
struggling
change
a
it.
bit, you do manage to get on the horse.
Excellent. And besides, changing its color would mean nothing. He's a bard and has the same spell.
I know, but Lara thinks it's funny.
Just pick. Right back.
Yes, I do believe we do have a riding gecko. I'll take that. Oh, are you sure? I'll take that. Okay, 1 riding gecko.
Can I have the chameleon?
Everybody just wants a unique mount.
It's just looking like, what is the point of getting a fucking carriage at this point?
Duke's just gonna be looking at his expense reports like, why did they buy all this worthless garbage?
Everybody get their own horses at this point.
Can we not
Okay,
raise
fine,
this
I
price
won't.
ridiculous amounts?
I will buy this horse myself.
So we just need 1 horse to pull the carriage, and then we're done, right?
Technically,
Well,
but
actually,
I'm
usually 2, but
Well, he's looking at Tylak and then looking towards Corvax. I believe 2 of our party members have decided to go off on their own.
Indeed.
Actually, I think you should have at least 2 horses to pull the carriage. 2 horsepower is better than 1.
I agree. But the horses one of us picked out is now being used by someone else. Is looking to Corvax.
His middle finger goes up.
Off.
Yeah, no, this is mine. Back off. Because it is his horse at this point, and he'll pay for it if he has to.
Same with Tylak. Tylak is just in love with
Besides, you have you two, Laura, and the gecko. Honestly, can actually essentially ride on the damn carriage because of the way geckos work. So you have 3 people that'll be on the carriage. That's more than enough to condone a small carriage.
I have a question, Ulric.
Yes, you are expected to return the animals and the carriage, if at all possible.
Not that. I was more of asking my handle animal skill. Could I? Corvax isn't riding a combat trained one, is he?
He is.
He is. Oh, so it knows commands.
Mhm.
Because I'm gonna try to whistle a command.
He apparently has a rider. Now, don't think
I
it'll
would
listen to
ask
this
if
Oh boy.
I would ask if you would let me roll handle animal. I'm just trying to fuck with Corvax at this point. Just trying to make the
Unfortunately,
horse
these are very well trained horses, so no.
work.
You could still not 20, you know?
And as the DM, I said
All
no.
Fair enough.
Okay.
You want to get technical, by rulebook, nat 20s aren't automatic successes for skill check.
They should be. Either way. And we're going to need 2 other horses, looking towards Corvax and Tylak, and just kind of sighs. There's a fucking gecko apparently being brought out.
She's already on the gecko.
No, he's just like, oh, this has gotten ridiculous quickly.
The gecko
How
can
long does
climb
it
onto
take
the
me to get
carriage.
on to my horse?
Well, you actually keep trying to fly onto it. So, it's not used to that. So after about a minute or so, it just lets you land on him.
Just looking like, what the fuck are you trying to do?
I'm bored.
Give us a second, Lara. Then we'll need 2 other. We'll need 2 other horses. Northern breeds, more than likely. Lineage that's, a lineage of more faster breed. 2 of them, please. Combat trained if possible.
Now, if you want fast, you might want to get a nice Volstedian horse. Oh, you're always pushing the Volstedians. What they need is a nice, dependable Manean horse.
We need one that can survive the cold.
And the
In that case, what they need is more Svaltian horses. Those can really survive the cold. Well, yes, but they're not exactly known for their speed. When was the last time you saw a Svaltian horse win a race? When was the last time you saw a Svaltian horse in a race? My point exactly. No, your point is that you have no point.
Again, with
Oxen
2
in
of
a
them, it
nutshell.
really won't matter too much because they will double their power.
Exactly.
I'm really sad I can't see my character sheet now, because...
Slowly reaching for a knife.
No, I'd be looking for something that Lara can use to entertain herself, because she's bored.
Listen, just give us 2 of the northern breeds. And survive the cold, that are combat trained, and that have a very nice thoroughbred history. Please.
Yes, we're deciding that. Hold up. Seriously, you non-horse riders come in demanding quality without knowing what goes behind that quality. We're trying to give you the best service, you know. Now, May, Hammond, as I've been trying to say, what they need is a good Volstian. Listen here, you twit. They're going upwards, north to cold climates. That definitely implies a Svoltian. Now, I think neither of you are quite giving the woolly mammoth enough credit.
That's Clarkson.
That's Asa, like, finally at the breaking point.
That is enough of the arguments between all of you. I'm asking you kindly. I agree that we need the Northerns that can survive the cold. I'm going with that, and I'm going for combat trained.
Ha! You see Hammond just go, ha! One moment as I get you 2 Svoltians. You owe me lunch. Ha!
Tylac pipes up at this point. I do believe the chameleon ate one of you guys' lunch. Clark? Son?
Oh,
Shrugs.
bollocks. Oh, it doesn't matter anyway. I already switched your lunch with Hammond's. Oh, you did? Well, yes, I ate yours first, and then I put his lunch in yours. So you'd steal his lunch without him knowing. Oh, so it all works out nicely then. Yes, it does quite actually. So, Hammond comes back with 2 Svoltian horses. One is mottled gray and white, and the other one is pure gray. Both heavy combat trained.
Gonna look them over and make sure they're okay.
It might be Clydesdale.
You want me to roll perception or anything?
Nah.
Alright.
Here are 2 of the best horses in here. In your opinion, will you shut up?
Alright. These will do.
So that's 4 horses, all heavy, all combat trained. So 4 times 300. So that's 1,200, and you were wanting a carriage. Yes? Now, did we agree on the Aston carriage or the Bentley?
The 100 gold carriage.
This one I'm gonna tap it a few times.
Yay, the Hyundai. AKA the Hyundai. Very well. Now, do you want the convertible option?
No.
Okay, then. So, that is 1,300 gold.
Why is this so complicated? We just wanted a regular carriage.
Because you're talking to the 3 guys at Top Gear. It's gonna be complicated for no sensible reason.
Alright, now we have everything. It is time for us to head out.
So, boys, I was thinking, I have the next best idea. Aquatic vehicles.
Oh, that episode.
I'm leaving now.
Oh,
Leaving
no.
now. Leaving now. Not dealing with this shit. I'm done! Done dealing with this!
Oh, yes! Driftwood.
Assuming the carriage is over here somewhere.
Yes.
I'm already on the
Driftwood, are you
carriage, so I'm
kidding?
just waiting to start leading it.
Oak. Oak would be the best wood for this. Now, I think you need to
It just gets on the
consider
carriage.
the pine.
Okay, so who's riding in front with me, or are both you lovebirds going in the back? I'm saying that in
Oh
character,
no.
by the way.
It's all bad.
Oh dear.
Who did she say lovebirds too?
Amir
Yeah, she's
and-
joking around,
To who?
because it's the 2 of you. About Amir and Lassa. And I'm sticking out my tongue so you can know that she's joking it, like, super hard.
T-Lock, you're bucked from your horse,
What happened? I can't
but
see
you're
any
still in
rolls,
the
man.
air because you fly. So,
You just fly back onto it.
Yeah, he's just gonna fly back onto the horse. A little wary this time. He's just gonna try again.
Tylak
thank
rolled a
God.
nat 1 to ride their horse.
I might as well, fine. Just one little roll before we leave. Eh.
Man, your horse does not. You're not going smoothly at all. Horse is confused by the commands you're giving it.
That's for Ulric to decide.
So your horse sort of just goes, huh? Oh, forward. Sure. And starts
what are you,
going
sorry.
forward a little bit.
Lara, what are you going on about?
I can't hear Billy. He's just so soft-spoken my headphones can't pick him up.
Lara, what are you going on about?
Oh, I was
Just-
joking.
No, she's just kind of like sighing, like.
God, when did everyone turn into Derby Downer?
Amir just kind of shrugs her shoulders. I do not know.
So, you guys gonna go in the back, or someone ride up me?
I don't mind riding up with you. Either way.
Alright, that means Nasa can read her books.
And Amir kind
Yeah,
of
that'd be-
stops. I have books I have to read too.
Well, then go get in the back with her. They like kick him off.
It's like dumbass. Okay. Amir and his giant new collection of books.
Fucked up a typo. Whatever. There you go.
Sometimes I wonder about that one.
He's happy. He's like, I look good riding this horse.
And that's exactly why Amir's just like, I don't know about that one.
For the horses, I rolled a 17. I don't know what's my modifier, if I have any.
Right.
You have a negative 10 modifier.
Stop fucking with me. What's the real one?
I'm looking at it. Hold up.
So,
I'm sorry, my tablet and phone can't load Roll20.
You rolled a 17?
Yep.
21.
Awesome.
just Eurobeat just starts blasting.
So Lara's riding nicely. Amir and Lunasa are in the back reading.
Giggity.
You see the gecko on top of the roof with Delilah on top of the gecko.
Geckos.
So she's not really riding it, she's just on it while it's on the roof.
When her mount has a mount.
The thing about the gecko is that it can literally walk along walls, ceilings, everything it wants to. So she could at some point be against your window and you just see the gecko head just looking in, trying to steal your food.
Then we're gonna get up to the cold north, and the gecko's gonna be like, "Why did you take me with you?"
Gecko be sleepy. Gecko ride on carriage. Gecko come into carriage and check everyone out.
It's like Gecko wants warmth. Gecko wants all the warmth.
Alright, so you're off.
Yay. I'm sorry, I just have this picture in my
And
head.
we left Kansas character to watch over my ship.
Yes.
Yep.
I just have this picture in my head of the gecko trying to give Amir a hug. And you see, the gecko doing the usual lick its eye while, look straight in his face.
Just
So
looking at
this is
him
bad. I can imagine the meter using stun metal on his fucking armor so it super heats up.
I shall warm you. Anyway. Onwards. I mean, it's not like I have to watch Top Gear after this.
I have a feeling you're gonna watch Top Gear after this.
Yeah, gonna watch the African special because that's what he was referencing earlier. One of my favorite specials.
I like the Christmas special.
Alright, so you're finally off.
Face off.
Unfortunately, someone won't hear this because they're not in the campaign.
What, the Morse code going on in the background?
Nope.
Legendary Zelda.
Oh, one thing, Ulric. Lara would have totally gotten some people to watch the boat besides the only person that's left.
Alright.
You hired some bandits. Excellent.
So I want our baby safe.
It's a robot. It's fine.
You got 2 drunks and the bartender to watch over the boat while you were gone.
I would have actually paid money for it. Don't give me shit, Ulric.
Okay, fine. I'll take away the bartender.
No, he was the one that's useful.
To be fair, Marco, if you take the bartender could literally beat the shit out of anyone who comes close. Remember, he's Apachai. I could take
Sure.
on an army by myself.
Sure.
You have best.
No,
Best
wait,
defense.
better yet. I
Whatever.
found someone better to take care
Whatever.
of your
Let's
boat.
move on.
No. I found someone way better to take care of your boat.
Hmm?
Was it going to be Cabin Girl?
Oh,
No.
he wishes.
Oh, that'd be a disaster. No.
I mean, you're only annoying me because I was willing to pay money and get like actual proper protection for the boat, but whatever.
And you have it, so we're just moving on.
Okay.
Alright, so you start going off on a majestic journey. Can I have, let's see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So your 20 divided by 5 is 4 each. No. Yep. Okay. 1 through 4. Okay, so can I have... Shit, Marco's not here, so I'll roll for him.
I can roll a thingy, you just have to add the modifier.
Pure D20.
Alright.
Excuse me.
Let's try the coast. 20. Natural 20. Can I screenshot this?
No need. Nat
Okay.
20.
I didn't indeed screenshot it, by the way.
You don't need to. I'm not gonna expect you
I
to
know.
lying. Today.
Marco, that wouldn't even be proof because you could just set it down on the 20 and then screenshot.
No, because it's an online roller, and it even has my old roll shown up.
Never mind.
Alright. Okay, you didn't need to.
I know, I still wanted to.
Hey.
So you're going through the forest.
Is this the same spot or just same map?
Different spot. Conveniently same map. Because, you know,
Some maps are hard to find.
exactly.
I was just making sure because this is on the way to the destination.
Right.
Well, technically, would have crossed this path.
So, I'm going to need to upload someone new. This is fun.
So do we have time to RP for a short bit?
You have about enough time as for 3, 2, 1. Oh, look, there he is. So, you find a new person just sort of camping out, exploring the area. Let me enlarge him for you.
Oh, that's enlarged, alright.
That still doesn't help me any.
He's gonna explain in a moment. Quiet.
Just use your imagination, Marco.
I am.
Alright, so, Marco, you still have Discord, yes?
Yep, that's the only thing I have.
He looks like that.
Oh,
Out
that's
of
cool.
nowhere.
See how awesome I am at explaining? I just say that, and he understands exactly.
Oh, by the way, John,
Alright,
you're a little quiet.
So, I'm the one that notices it, right?
Yes.
What's his attire look like? Like, any symbols from the neighboring countries? Not countries, but you know what I mean.
Nope, no symbols. Just very expensive looking but unmarked armor. Battered, yes, so it looks like it's seen some use.
Mm-hmm. Hey guys, there's someone there down the road. You see him? I'm gonna point so Tala can splash.
Marco,
the
before I continue, how's your
beverage.
volume?
What do you mean?
If I RP myself, will I wake anyone up or...
I'm using a headset. I should be fine.
Okay then.
Yells
We
so
may resume.
loud the sound goes through the headset.
Try me.
Alright. We may resume then.
Excellent.
So, you stop your carriage,
Okay.
and you see someone on a rock
Round them.
looking that way.
Let me think, Marco. Right and up.
Okay.
Because saying actual directions doesn't work with you.
American just sticks his head out the window, looking to see what the hell's going on.
Vanessa pokes her head out too. Like,
Hello?
through the over by Lara.
Hello.
Greetings!
There. Oh shit. Hello there.
How can I assist you, young adventurers, today?
Oh, we're just passing, actually. We didn't really know there was going to be anyone here.
Of course I'm here. I am exploring unknown pastures and ventures.
What's your name?
I am Tyler Yori. Adventurer extraordinaire.
Oh no. He's found the burly adventurer type. That is. It's like the
But I mean-
adventurer type of Celestrio.
But I mean, technically, is in this area already been adventured due to, it being on a map?
Aha, of course. What is your name?
Amir.
Of course, young Amir. It has. But that is not what I'm adventuring. For beyond that brush, between those two rocks, lies what I think might be a hidden lair. And yes, he is posing heroically.
A lair of what?
A lair to the past. Relics. Information. Technology, young Amir.
Possibly a bear.
Yes, that too.
That sounds quite intriguing.
Indeed, young, what's your name?
Tellus. Prodigy.
Indeed, young Lunasa.
Oh, and that's over there Tylak, and that's over there Corvax, and I'm Lara.
Well met, young Lara.
Corvax looks like
Tylak
he wants to
feels
strangle you.
Quite skipped over.
Corvax didn't get his intro, so he looks really annoyed at Laura.
Alright, and this is the magnificent Corvax. Better?
As he clears his throat even louder to drown you out.
I am Celestrio Corvax, entertainer extraordinaire. Which is why I was kind of laughing at your little extraordinaire title than myself, sir. It is nice to meet you.
Likewise, young Corvax. So, how can I assist you young ones on this fine day?
I don't think we need any assistance.
We're actually on
No,
our way somewhere.
Not even a
currently.
tale of heroism.
Sure.
No, we have a time schedule to keep.
You can ride on the front with me.
Ride. Nay, I'd never ride. I sprint.
Tylak's just gonna like kick his horse gently in the sides, you know, the gentle forward, and just starts trotting away.
Wait, wait! We can handle animal. Start getting the carriage going.
Quite right. See you later, young Tylak.
Tylak, where are you going?
Away from here.
Amir's gonna take out his map. He's actually gonna try to find this location on it and kind of mark it.
You spend a lot of time in this?
Why, of course. I have made a living plundering and going down into the depths of the soil.
Nas is gonna help Amir with the marking on the map.
Can I sense motive him?
Yes.
Come on, get my roar. 7.
11.
And you got a
Anything he says is
7?
True.
Mm-hmm.
In addition to the... So 10 and 11.
And it's 26.
Alright, so... Lunasa and Lara, my
Lana.
bad. Lara, you both sort of can't read beyond his gigantic showmanship. Amir,
Mhm.
you sense this guy is legitimately a nice guy. And you, fair maiden, what is your name? Delilah. Ah, young Delilah!
I lick.
And pray tell.
I was
What?
thinking her answer would have been cough.
What brings you all out here? An errand. Ah, yes. Ever popular errand. I remember starting out once on errands. 'Twas great beginning work.
Having
Can I hit you?
Divinity 2.
We have a very strict schedule we need to get to.
No, I want to hit him. Can I hit him? I want to hit him.
No hitting him.
Ah,
Not today.
but I am of course always willing to help a young adventurer in our first duel.
Oh.
Don't hit him. By the love of all that is
Um,
good.
We're on a bit of a time crunch. I mean, I'd love to watch the show, but...
Please do not hit him.
And I rolled a 12 for diplomacy.
Oh no, it's up to Celestrio. Ah! What? It's better? What say you, Ulric? May I...
You just see Delilah going, why did I agree to travel with these humans?
You'll probably get plenty more fighting on the way. And... we just don't have the time at the moment. We'll come back to it.
Pray, hold, young Delilah. Should you ever wish to duel me, find me in the future. I, for one, know what it is like to see another seasoned adventurer and wish to test his mettle. I sense great promise in you. Yeah, sure. As long as I get to stab you. Of course! Haha!
Don't stab him right now.
So Lunasa would help Amir write down the location on the map. So do you want knowledge geography?
Yes.
Okay, and I'm going to use display of intelligence for the +20.
Okay.
As long as stabbing is concerned.
So 35.
Perfect.
What is the Morse code back there?
It's probably how Mark was asking for delivery for food. This Morse code's
I'm not that lazy. I'm trying to avoid going down to breakfast, which will result in me leaving the call.
Oh.
So I'm trying to stay a little bit extra. Because it's 1 hour first. I usually am, because it's 9 a.m. here.
Let's move.
Alright. So, you're now departing the Ameri Ruin.
A place we'll have to stop by on the way back, maybe. If we can.
That's why it's marked.
Yeah.
Hashtag geography.
Oh, yeah. Aren't you happy Mir got the idea? Didn't.
I legitimately forgot. Thank you.
No problem.
I don't want a Happy Meal.
You want a sad meal?
Why are we going
Yeah,
through
it's
the
a sadness
trees
meal,
already?
complete with extra nails. Soggy bread.
Because that's where it auto-snapped to?
Let's see, we probably would follow the coastline.
That's where it auto-snapped to?
Hey, he's trying to fix it.
That little bastarding party marker.
The party maker.
Bamboozled us all.
Alright, let's see here. The next person to roll me a d20 is... Jean-Luc Picard.
Oh, balls.
Yeah.
17.
Uh-huh.
I think I unleashed the Kraken, everyone.
No. Yet.
Not yet.
So, around where you are, you come across an abandoned campsite. And find some leftover food, rations, what have you.
I would say the gecko tooted.
Feel free to stock up and continue on your journey.
Would you allow Mir to kind of, you roll survival to kind of see what would happen? Maybe there's an animal or, you know, he's just kind of looking for...
Just
what the
an old
fuck? Why did they leave?
campsite.
Okay.
Alright,
How
next
many rations are there?
up. 4.
Mine.
Next up, can I have Rui? No, not Rui. Let me reconsult the. Yeah, sorry, my bad. Can I have Wolf roll me 1d20?
Haha. Celestial's luck.
Probably not. You're probably gonna die.
Nat 1. Nat 1.
Close.
You guys suck. Hello, little girl. Welcome back. Anyway,
Promise you won't die horribly.
this time.
This time, this time, this time, this time.
Oh no, it's a mimic. Attack!
You wish it was a mimic.
A mimic chest, I would just be like, let me throw a bomb in its mouth. Now hold its mouth shut!
You'd get stuck to the mimic if that was the case.
Mm-hmm.
They have an adhesive thing that if you kind of touch them, you kind of likely get stuck to them.
So you're saying I would explode with it?
Yes.
So, everyone roll me perception. Lara, I'm going to go ahead and roll for it.
I was gonna roll and ask you for the. Okay.
Okay.
Including Lunasa and Amir since they're in the back? Or.
I had a roll, but it doesn't make any sense. Same as Tylac.
19.
19 plus 6. Damn. Alright. So, T-Lock. You notice nothing. You're too busy trying to keep your horse under control. It's still not used to you riding it.
That's not a good racist there.
Alright. Celestrio and Amir.
Yes.
You're both, too busy keeping an eye on each other. Amir, mostly because you're wondering what prank he's going to do next. Celestrio, I'm imagining you're looking for an opening to do a prank.
I'm fixing my hair.
Lunasa, you have a feeling something is off. Lara, you notice that it is dead quiet in the middle of nature.
I'm going
It
to
doesn't feel right.
raise my hand and do like a mention.
You raise your hand and what?
A fist means stop.
That's what I meant. Whatever. I don't know your signals.
I mean,
Fist
our
means
signals. There's many different kinds of signals all over the world in many countries, sir.
Okay, so raise up my right hand. Mean stop.
Alright.
I'm gonna look in the back towards Lunasa and tell her, it's dead quiet. Can you use a spell to tell everyone that? I don't want to make a lot of noise.
I don't have that one prepared at the moment.
Well, stopping would be enough to get them to notice and see what, your expression on your face, at least for Celestrio and Tylac are in range.
Lunasa's gonna poke her head up here. And do you want me to roll anything to see like where a likely ambush point would be?
Right where you are.
Like where people would be lying in wait, like
Up on the ridges.
Wait, so there are
So
ridges?
Yes.
This is a map, if you remember, that had
I
all
don't
the
see the map.
I'm about to explain to you,
asking.
shut your mouth.
He's actually explaining which map it is because we've been on this map before.
I know, I was trying to tell him, and then he immediately started going off and ranting.
I know.
So, be quiet
On
for a
your
moment,
side.
Marco, and I will tell you what the map is. The map is the map that we had before that had the bodies on it, and the Cajun dude, and all those little guys. So it's the one that has ridges on both sides, and a little trail in the middle, and then rocks all the way at the bottom of the path.
Our very first combat.
Yes.
Hmm.
There.
We are in the dead middle of it.
See? Pay's not the right sometimes.
So Lunasa's going to use Send Senses to get vision over here on this ridge.
All right.
See if she sees anything.
Everything over there is dead.
Like the animals are dead, or
The
like,
animals,
there's nothing.
the grass, the trees are dead.
Lunasa just kind of has a worried, kind of worried look on her face as she like quickly goes and uses Sense over here. Is it
Alright.
is it the same over here, or
Yep. Everything on the left side is dead.
whoa? And then once, or wait, we came from
The right side.
here, right? So we would know that, like, a lot of that seems to be fine.
Yes.
All the trees and the grass is dead over there. She's like pointing over onto that ridge.
That's not normal or good.
I suggest we get moving and quickly.
Shouldn't we see what it could be? Like, I'd hate for this to spread.
Lunas is gonna detect magic.
Okay.
If she senses anything, the trees and
You surprisingly don't detect any magic.
it was some sort of magical effect. It's long gone.
Then it might be some kind of highly
Disease.
damaging disease, which makes even more of a thing that we should really get moving.
Everyone roll me perception again. Marco, tell me what you roll.
Okay.
Finally.
15.
15 plus 6. So 21.
Sweet.
Alright, so Lunasa, you're too busy trying to think what could do this that isn't magical.
Yeah.
Which not surprisingly is coming up short because you've studied magic. You didn't really study non-magic, so you're sort of flummoxed. Amir and Celestrio and Lara. You and Tilak. You notice something sort of crawling out from under this dead bush. Tilak. Not only do you notice something crawling out from that dead bush, you notice that it is moving very slowly as if it is hindered by something.
Can I roll knowledge nature?
Yes. All right, you are fairly certain this thing is poisoned.
Ty like kind of stands up on the back of his horse holding his hammer. And just kind of staring at it. Is that thing's poisoned? I don't know what it is though. It looks humanish.
What
It
is it?
falls down the ridge.
Oh, great.
Amir kind of stands out. Actually starts headed out. He's quickly moving that way.
Be on your guard. It could be a trap.
Agreed.
Gonna glance towards Corvax and have a sorry look, and gonna hop off the cart and rush behind the mirror.
Don't move. Try not to move.
Oh, good. Amir got to him first. I get to whisper this.
Oh.
He was waiting.
Stupid Amir.
No, I think I should probably get going. Breakfast.
Probably.
Alrighty.
Go
Oh, it
get
was
food.
fun being for a little bit.
No problem, man.
Catch ya next week for my game and John's,
Sounds
Yeah.
good.
See ya.
because tomorrow's empty. I'll maybe be able to talk tomorrow morning as well.
Peace.
See ya.
See ya, Marco.
Bye,
Catch you
Marco.
later.
Later, man.
Bye.
Kill us alive.
What? I don't get a goodbye personal? Cute.
No.
Cute.
Didn't give me one either.
I know. But I'm the DM. I can kill this character off. You know
Okay,
what?
but I have boobs, which instantly puts me on the top of everything.
Hello?
Bye, Ulric.
Thank you.
Fucking-
Yeah,
Marco's
bye
Again,
Marco.
bye, everyone.
tingling.
Bye Marco.
Bye, everyone.
Bye Marco.
Bye, Marco.
Yeah, go fuck yourself too, Wolf.
Not my fault, you're a bitch. See ya.
Just like way ahead of you.
Okay, moving
Terrible.
on.
See
Okay,
ya,
bye, guys.
That was beautifully timed. Okay. Anyway, Amir, you get that whisper?
Yep. 1 sec.
He's gonna.
Well, this is gonna be great.
Hmm.
As Amir is immediately looking towards everyone else and saying, "Stay back."
So I was right.
And if anyone can see Amir's face, he looks mortified and somewhat afraid.
And this is why I said we should have left.
What were you saying,
Gnosis,
Doug?
Gnosis like holding her quarterstaff, like full defensive, looking over towards the ridge, like trying to gauge where the threat's coming from.
He's looking towards the man. Listen, you don't move very much.
Where would I go?
Just hold still. What happened?
Traveling. Woke up. Gas.
Gas?
Gas. Green mist.
Amir's just looking to him. What's your name?
Jeffrey.
I'll be honest, Jeffrey, I don't think you'll make it, my friend. I'm sorry. I swear to you, I'll take you a grave proper. Give you your last rites.
So, Amir, I need you to roll a fortitude save.
I will probably end up using a surge on this one because my fort save's not great.
That'll do.
Ah,
Not great. Just fucking rolls 20.
rolled a 19 too. But okay.
So, as he dies, he sort of just slumps into the ground, sinks in, and where his blood touches the ground, you can see the grass start to immediately die as well.
Mir quickly puts his arm covering his mouth and his nose as he steps backwards.
Is there a knowledge I can roll for this, or
Unfortunately not.
Fire! We need fire now!
You sure about that?
Yes, not explosives, fire.
I kind of. Never mind. I don't have a torch. Good luck.
Let me see.
I have a grease spell prepared. It won't be much, but if the fire can spread,
All the ground around him has to burn now.
does anyone have a torch?
I'm gonna come up with an idea. Hey, Ulric.
Yep.
Could I, as I would start normally to make my bomb, but simply just give them the material used to make it?
Yes.
Use a light of flame? Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I? Are there any? Can I craft a torch from this bush over here?
You still
No.
didn't light it.
Rip. Good luck.
And Amir pulls out another torch and Tyler, I need your help.
He kind of flies over. Like, what do you want?
All the ground around him. Use your spell, Lunasa. If you have anything, Corvax as well. All this ground needs to be burned. Do not breathe in. Understood? Do not breathe the fumes.
Lunas is gonna cast grease, try and cover as much of the ground as possible. It's a 10-foot square, so I don't know if that would be enough.
That'll be enough. Alright, so you officially start a forest fire. Smokey the Bear is pissed. Just kidding. So
Smokey the Bear can SMD.
So you burn the corpse and the surrounding area.
It's really burning now.
Yep, everything's burnt to a crisp.
Lunas is kind of backing off, keeping her distance, covering her mouth.
Tylak was just kind of an opportunist and ripped a piece of Emir's cloak off and tied it around his face.
Just looking at him, why'd you do that one?
Shrugs and points at Lunasa. She can.
She can't create material like that.
The material's on my face.
It's on my face.
I'll fix it later.
Amir's looking out to the land, seeing where else it's spreading, or if it's stopped at the stone itself.
It stopped.
Amir's just looking out to the land. He seems just still. Cold.
Maybe a necrotic. I almost went frickin' nerdsy there. Maybe a necrotic gas of some kind?
The plague that killed so much of my town. It was that, but stronger. He said it was a gas. Someone's weaponizing a disease.
Chemical weapon?
Unlikely. I wouldn't want you to, Tylock.
It'd be best that we moved as fast as we can to our destination and back again, so that we are free to investigate if need be.
The idea of someone using this, we will have to warn others as soon as possible.
Then it's best we move.
Agreed.
He's gonna take his horse in front of the carriage in the party and be like, well then, let's get a move on. And he's not gonna take his mask off though, he's gonna keep it on now. Let's go.
Alright, so you're heading off.
Yes, and I'll be staying a bit ahead of them so that I can scout and keep an eye out for any more of that.
Alright, I know you're staying ahead, but I'm bringing you all together so I can copy paste you.
Oh, that's no problem. Just let me know if I need to do a roll or anything like that.
No, you're good. So eventually,
Oh, that's glorious.
We are flying.
you make it
Tylac
all the
mutters.
way to Svalton. Now, before you actually reach Svalton, as you're going over the last curve of the mountain, you hear music playing on the wind.
I see.
Smooth jazz.
I like how the time for it being posted on Discord is actually later than the time that's actually on my computer. You posted in the future. Ulric has power.
Yes, I do.
Okay, so I just listened to it. There we go.
So, you hear that music playing as you enter as you see Svalton on the horizon. Anyone care to do me a knowledge local?
I can roll things. I have every knowledge there is. Not that I can use it.
Fail. Exactly half of Lunasa's knowledge.
Oh,
No, I have
Celestrio wishes he was half as intelligent as Lunasa.
What is Lunasa's intelligence?
Well, Lunasa's an 18 intelligence, but I'm just poking fun at how foolish he is.
Yeah, he's only 2 intelligence less than you. Yeah, no, it's just
Meanwhile,
local.
Tylac with 12 intelligence.
Alright, so you all know that Svalton is probably the closest to breaking the rules concerning research into forbidden technologies. But they expertly tread that line to the point where the reason why the House Dobhylan hasn't exactly become a great house is because they get so close to those technologies. But they don't officially do them, so they're not exile. Also, note that Svalton is the home to the Great Magic Academy. And everything in Svalton operates on a form of steam. So when the city is running smoothly, you can literally hear the song of the city pumping through the sky as steam is expelled through each of the buildings. Of course, this also means that should something be wrong in the city, it's fairly obvious because the tune is off.
Maybe everybody just went insane. Too
You
much
also
jazz.
know that residents of the city don't necessarily have to listen to the music if they don't want to, because there's a magical barrier preventing the music from infecting the city, which is going 24/7.
Ah.
So, you approach Zvolten.
Excellent. I guess I'd be the first to reach the gate where the guards are.
Welcome to Zvolten.
Yo.
What be your business here?
We've come to get a package for our employer. The rest of my party is back there, catching up with the stagecoach, or a little wagon, so to speak. But I was staying ahead of my party with my mask on because, well, someone is utilizing a disease as a gas, from the looks of it, to kill others. I don't know if it was food testing or what. But let's just say there's a lot of dead things back there.
Ah. In that case, you'd be needing to go towards the Queen's castle.
I'll inform my party. We'll head there immediately.
Don't forget to stop by the local pub. We have the best whiskey.
He's like, I want to, but obligations.
Responsibilities.
But whiskey. I'll stop by for a little drink, but we'll get to our business. This will be an after business drink. Thank you.
All right.
So, he's gonna head back to you guys, because your guys are coming up to the gate now.
All right. Everyone, roll me perception.
Why do I have a character capable of rolling air if it is not?
Aha. So, Lunasa, you just continue onward. You're fascinated by the city, great sights, and whatnot.
Reminiscing about how she might have studied here had things been different.
Exactly. Amir and Celestrio, you go along the city streets. You get occasional weird looks. You guess because you're such a weirdly dressed motley crew. You know, just weird party combo.
Yeah.
Also, one of you is riding a gecko. T-Lock.
Yeet, nigga.
Well, that's going in the video.
What?
The recording of Yeet.
More like what she said after it.
Yeah. I'm not an asshole and I ain't fucking saying it.
Maybe it's
Oh,
quiet
I'm
enough
sorry
that YouTube
for
won't
being
detect
black.
it. Well, that's more of, sorry, hopefully YouTube channel doesn't get taken down.
It's like demonetized.
No, they
Why,
will straight
what's
out
going
ban
on?
your channels nowadays.
What's going
You
on?
can't even curse in YouTube videos anymore. Not well, anyway.
Stupid.
What's
One
going
hasn't
on?
seen the donkey video.
Oh, sorry, Ulric.
just something completely different.
Yeah, don't worry
Okay.
about it.
Yes, I'm sorry.
Oh, you're fine. It's just keep away from slurs. Cursing you can do, because I don't monetize my videos, but other than that, yeah, you're good.
Okay. Going to kind of slow up a little bit. Kind of, god damn you people not being inside the squares. Kind of gonna, yeah, there you go. Lara, you probably shouldn't be driving the cart right now.
Huh? Why?
You're getting a lot of unapproving looks.
I
The
am?
same way my people look at humans when humans are in our village.
And how do your people look at humans?
Kind of gives her a sympathetic look. Well, they typically don't like humans
Oh.
at all.
Why do you think they don't like me?
Kind of gestures to all the people giving her dirty looks.
Well, obviously they don't. I'm asking why.
Shrugs. I don't know, maybe because you're a cat person. I don't know this. He kind of looks back towards Lunasa for help.
Can Lunasa acknowledge this, or
Yes, you can knowledge local this.
to display of intelligence or not? I'm gonna go with no.
That one. Damn.
That is quite enough.
I figured it isn't something that Lunasa would like have to know, so I'm like, yeah, I'll save it. Or if it was like something magic related, it's like, yeah, Lunasa has to know this.
Oh, I crave caffeine.
What?
Soda. Liquid enjoyment.
I was more asking what was with the giant thing.
That is the sound of an unentertained Rui.
You just have to be patient with you.
Ah, I think I understand. Lara, you should come back here and sit with us.
Why? I like driving the cart.
Talek's kind of staring at Lunasa like, the fuck?
They think she's a Nephilian.
I'm a what?
Nephilian. They live up to the north. Females, white hair, affinity for ice magic.
Oh. But I've never been to the cold.
Yes, but your appearance is what warrants suspicion from them. And they aren't too... out of character, I'm trying to think of the word.
Friendly?
Accepting.
There's a really fancy word. I can't remember what it is.
Keen.
Racist.
Just ruins it.
Not too accepting of people that look like you.
What, cat people?
Your hair.
Oh.
Just put on a hood.
Just come back here and I'll take over.
That's fine. I want to drive.
Are you sure?
She turns and waves at people.
Oh God, it's like Ayla, but cat.
It's like
I mean,
Aelin
it's
Chin had a
probably
baby.
what. Oh god. It's probably what Lara would do, so. Vanessa's gonna go up and sit up with her. Basically, draw some attention away from her.
Then I'll just have to make that risk.
So let's see. First, let's go for the right check. Find it. Fuck. Never mind. I don't get to.
So your horse is sort of just following the flow of the street.
I was hoping for a real good stabilize there, and then I was gonna do something real quick, but that's a really low roll. So never mind.
What are you doing with your horse?
Oh, I'm just riding casually.
Okay. So, you're heading towards the bar?
I thought the Queen's Palace.
I don't know if Celestrio told us.
I came back to tell you, yeah. So just act like I have.
Well, we need to head towards the
Cool
Queen's
pal.
Palace straight away.
Agreed.
So, where are we headed?
Well, the two of us believe in the Queen's Palace. I don't know what anyone else thinks.
We should head to the Queen, of course, first.
How long have they been traveling by now?
This is like week 3, week 2 of 4. Remember?
Wait, I thought it.
Yeah, we
So is it
get here and
roughly
get back
4
in 3
days?
weeks.
Was
Whatever it
roughly-
is, you're at the halfway mark.
Good enough.
Oh.
It was supposed to be a week's journey, and we've been traveling for 2 weeks. We're awful.
No, it was initially, as I said, a week's journey, but then Billy pointed out that a shorter journey lasted a week.
Well,
So,
it was 4 days from Dunkirk to Manet.
Oh,
And this is roughly the same distance by what the map looks like. I don't know if terrain changes that at all.
How about we just do it this way? It's supposedly 3 weeks is the time period we have. 1 week to travel, 1 week to get things done here, 1 week to go back.
Yeah.
That makes it simplified. We're good.
Yeah.
okay, I like that.
So, first
So
we
we've been
go-
traveling for a week.
There you go. Get him a biscuit.
An entire
Spikes.
biscuit.
John in the face with a biscuit?
so you've been traveling for a week. Yay.
There we go, yeah. I'm gonna just take off some of my hardtack.
I guess I'll take off some rations.
3.
So.
Okay, so I'm at 7 hardtack. I need the number to buy
Does anybody
food
want
before
any
I leave.
Q rations? I have 66 left.
Isn't Q rations the hardtack?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're the fucking shit rares. I have the sea rations, which are even worse. So
Yeah, at this point, Celestrio is like, he wants to get to the Queen's Palace and then immediately head to the end to get food that doesn't taste like that.
Alright, so you make it to the Queen's Palace, but you're not allowed in because the Queen is busy with her affairs.
Is there
You
a
will have
guard
to come back later.
in? Okay.
When would be the nearest or the soon?
Near a supermarket?
When would be the soonest time we can make an appointment?
not to be mean, it's fairly urgent. It's a safety matter.
We would say come back in about 3 hours.
Very well.
Thank you.
Welcome.
What?
So,
Alrighty.
do you head to the local pub?
Yep.
To the pub.
Best
You
to
head
hitch
to the local
horse
pub.
That's oddly familiar.
Zeroes in on target.
Hey.
I'm sorry I had to. That, and he's really, really, really tired of hardtack right now. Anything that you have that is delicious, I will buy.
So that'd be 1 prime steak.
I'll take it.
Here you go.
Ah. That explains the attitude. What is that from, anyway? Or is this a random picture you found?
Yes.
The second one?
It is technically a grown-up Ruby from Ruby.
Ah, fair enough. Not bad. Actually, it's quite nice looking.
So as you're all eating and whatnot, you hear a ruckus going on behind you. And suddenly, come on, I challenge everyone here to fight me! And a dog pile starts on this lady standing on the table.
Giggity.
Lady, to me, like, from a distance, it just looks like some kind of weird lizard head thing with a fat body. I
Wow.
can't tell, really, at all what it is. There we go!
That's better.
Yeah, okay,
She
yeah.
a dwarf?
Nope.
Wow.
Right. So you see this lady just standing on the table, and all these patrons try to jump her. And everyone roll perception.
One decent perception roll, that'd be great. No. Why did I say that? Why did I even say that? I jinxed
We all know
myself.
where Celestrio's looking, where this is going on.
Celestrio, you're too distracted between looking at the lady on the table's boobs and the barkeeper's boobs.
Boobs, tits, boobs, too.
Boobs.
You've been starved a long time.
I love tits. I love
Oh,
tits.
God.
There's a song like that.
Anyway, so Celestrio, you're too distracted by assets. T-Lock, you can't quite explain what happens, but suddenly this woman has a battle axe, but you can't tell where she pulled it from.
Tylax kind of just staring, like, what the fuck?
Lunasa and Amir, you can't quite explain what you all saw, but 1 second she was holding like a small silver-looking stick, the next second she was holding a giant battle axe, and you have no idea what happened between those.
Ross is gonna detect magic.
Amir would do the same.
All right, roll. Wait, it's just detect magic. You don't detect any magic.
What knowledge would you have to roll to see if you figure that one out?
Engineering.
Nope, don't have it.
Lunasa, surprisingly, I'm not going to give it to you.
It's fine. I mean, this is like weird tech that she might have read in books, maybe not.
This tech wouldn't be in books.
So that would explain why she wouldn't know that.
So, you're all watching as this woman wielding a battle axe all of a sudden is just laying patrons out left and right, standing on a mountain of patrons, just laughing, "Ha ha! I am the best! I am the best!" Excuse me one moment. The barkeep just slowly walks up the slope of patrons to the top, goes over to the woman on top, picks her up, and just throws her out of the pub with one arm.
Detroit style.
Looks like she's the one on top.
You don't even notice him. You just notice the boobs flying.
Those boobs fly. I
She
don't
goes
like-
back down, stops, goes over, takes one or two wallets. Have Her Majesty reimburse you. She knows where I am. Empties the wallets into her box. That'll cover for damages.
But yeah, he does offer though 10 gold as a tip.
Thank you.
So, what was that about?
As soon as you ask that, the lady comes barging in again, re-climbing to the top of the pile. Come on, that was not fair. I demand a legit rematch.
Hey, Tylak, maybe you want to take her up on that.
Tyler kind of looks at Amir, looks at the girl, looks at Amir, and just stands up, walks over, pulls out his hammer, and steps up to her.
Okay.
Then he stops, and he looks back at the bartender for permission.
Okay, before you do, some heavily armored woman comes in, and she has pure white hair, and as soon as she steps in, like, people start backing away from her, and also, like, shooting her the same evil glares that Lara was getting.
It's taco time.
I don't think Celestrio has a problem with the taco buffet.
Could we continue?
Yes, move
Yeah,
forward.
you're good.
So anyway, before that comment, so in comes this heavily armored person with a retinue of 2 guards behind her. Your Majesty, could we stop this and get you back to your court? She turns around. Huh? But I was having fun. Your Majesty, your court, your duties. Fine.
Gonna sense mode of that, even though I'm pretty sure out of character that it is.
It's the truth. It's the truth.
It's just Amir's in disbelief at the. That was a queen.
Then also just blinking in disbelief.
Don't worry, Amir's sitting right next to her doing the same thing.
Guards, escort the queen back to her castle, give her some hair of the dog or whatever. I'll clean up the tab here. Yes, General.
So that was.
Lady Heartforge? Yes, General. What's the damage? Let's just round it up to 1,000 gold. Yeah, that sounds about right. She hands 1,000 gold bag over that has Queen's discretionary fund sewn onto it. There. See you this time next week, I reckon. Sounds about right. You could pay in advance, save yourself a trip. No. She needs to be embarrassed once a week. Very well, true enough.
Masha's just continuing to blink in disbelief at what she's seeing.
As she's leaving, you see one patron actually throw his mug at her. She actually freezes the alcohol in the air before it reaches her, grabs it, and then chucks it back, spearing his clothes to the wall with his own alcohol frozen. Do I have to pay for that, Miss Hartforge? No, he'll pay for that. Okay.
My, impressive.
Quick. Interesting.
Of character, what was that, John?
Good.
That she was quick.
Methinks that I might need to be a little more careful when it comes to possibly hitting on anyone in this city. I might die.
Sorry about that one, Tyler. You didn't get your fight.
Tyler kind of shrugs, just relaxes, puts his hammer back on his back, and goes back to eating.
So, how can I assist you all?
Well, at least we know the queen will be in soon.
Yep. Oh, that reminds me. One moment. She goes over to the patron who's pinned to the wall, punches him out, takes his wallet, and chucks him out the window.
There you go.
Normally I'm against theft, but this time I'll make an exception.
I think if you stay around here long enough, you'll be making exceptions to a lot of things.
I won't make one for you.
Already well aware, not like I need one.
So, do you wish to try that fire whiskey again?
Again?
She's looking at Celestrio.
How do you...
She points over to the loser's wall, and you see two pictures of you, one from Monet, one from the town up in Grugal.
Oh, and he has the sparkles.
All of a sudden he realizes why she didn't give a crap about anything you're saying. Probably thinks he's a complete loser. He is thoroughly defeated this time.
Oh, I love it.
Well, we do have a meeting with the queen in a couple hours. I don't think I'll be awake if I do that too far.
True enough.
But afterwards, I will.
Yes, it's one of the few times he's quiet.
You should try it.
Excuse me, ma'am. Yes. What does one have to do around here to get into fights with those generals or you? I suppose I could duel you. However, if you lose, you owe me a year's worth of indentured servitude.
Sounds like quite a harsh punishment.
Just to cover damages.
My damages are expecting.
Well, typically, she looks around. We lose 2 walls a duel.
What are you dueling?
Thinking the queen.
I mean, I understand if you're dueling like elephants or mammoths or anything along those lines.
Celestio's gonna kind of cringe at that, because some women could take that as a certain insinuation. But go ahead.
No, I'm pretty sure I'd want to duel you.
Oh boy.
This is not a good idea. Just does not make a good idea.
She looks at her up and down. Very well. Midnight tonight. We'll duel. It'll be glorious. I'll heal you up afterwards. Then you work for me for a year.
Are you
This
sure about this, Delia?
agreed.
We might end up having to leave our party.
Well, how else do you expect me to get better?
You'll be gone for a year.
Yeah, working under her. Unless I beat her. In which case, she's not worth working under.
Face palm.
I
Just a very
suppose
hard face palm.
you can beat up all the other patrons that cause problems, but then you're just dealing with drunks most of the time. You might get some worthy opponents or you might not. But you'll probably lose out on a lot of potential fights, will you not?
Nah. I'm pretty sure I want to do this.
I don't think there's any change in her mind on this one.
Let her do what makes her happy.
So begins the flashback montage of Delia being in the party.
Alright.
At this point.
I like your moxie. I look forward to breaking you over a year. So, anyone over here need anything?
A cup of coffee. Be nice.
Quintuple espresso or decaf?
Decaf. Thank you.
So you're not from the Mages College then? Puts a decaf cup in front of you.
Oh dear.
Most mage students tend to ask for double quintuple espresso. At
Don't
that
have
point, it's...
that much energy at the moment.
I figured finals. Might not hurt to ask.
That would be detrimental to your body, especially
Yes.
your heart.
Except, I don't care what they order as long as they pay, and it keeps them up long enough to study. Or party.
He's kind of looking at her like, that seems like he's like his expression's like, that seems fairly cold.
If they had talent, they wouldn't need that much coffee. Unasa's just like being really condescending towards
Both
Those
of you
students.
notice that she is staring at both of you with an icy cold glare now.
oh boy.
He's just kind of looking at her. Just,
Don't assume I have no heart.
I didn't
And
assume.
as for you, our students are our pride and joy. They might be stupid at times, but don't mess with our pride.
Very well.
Fair enough.
Unasa kind of rolls her eyes as she's walking away. Not looking at her so that she wouldn't be able to see, but at least easily.
So, anyone else? More food, more drink.
I think this will be it for me for now. At least until we've done what we need to do and we're back here for the night.
Rooms and board.
Yeah, we'll have to stay the night for sure. Leaving in the dark is not a good idea currently with the things going on out there. Very well. Rooms
Agreed.
and board.
Oh, that reminds me.
Hmm?
She goes over to the pile of bar patrons and starts throwing them out the doors one by one.
Wilhelm's screaming intensifies.
Eventually, everyone is thrown out that was knocked out. Huh. Almost a new record. 47.
Be it 1 or 47. If they're all dunces, they're gonna get knocked out one way or another. Stockpile onto someone like that with no room to fight between each other in order to reach your opponent is pretty much like saying, please club me in the head as hard as you can. Oh, and my friends, club me too. It's very stupid. More of a chance one at a time with some space. Oh well. How much is room and board?
Well, unfortunately, room and board is still as a guild establishment. Da-da-da-da-da.
Eh?
I think it was 10 gold.
There's 5 of us at the moment. Oh, 6 of us. Okie dokie. I guess we just all need to pay 10 gold then.
Yep.
I'll pay mine.
And we don't pay for his.
Talek also pays for his.
I think I watched the Botswana
Also,
special
hands out
afterwards.
10 gold.
Actually, Amir will pay for everyone's.
Alrighty.
Oh, quite alright.
Nice.
He just looks to Lunasa and insists, please.
He's gotta do a good deed or he'll explode.
Lunasa slowly puts the money back into her coin purse.
Suit yourself.
Very well then.
So who would win? You or give me a second. See what you put his name as. Oh, there we go. Ralph Thunderfist.
She just sort of pulls out a tally card. Right now we're tied 397,000 to 397,000. We keep alternating contests.
No, Celestrio is attempting to do math. His head is like, how many would they have to do a day? Ay.
For how long have they been alive? Dun, dun, dun.
That's a good question too. Wonder how long Apachai has been alive.
So, I guess we should get cozied in and head off to the Queen's.
Ideally, but before you go, please give yourselves 1000 XP for RP, and we are concluding here today.
Well, there we go.
She doesn't actually say that, but